These days, it's easy to feel helpless. Like the world moves without regard for love. Like together is a past tense, and our future is uncertain. It's easy to feel like our problems are too big to solve.
I asked myself, why me? But then I realized that cancer doesn't discriminate. Cancer can happen to anybody.
But every big problem is just a series of small ones. The vague but striking fear of a diagnosis, lessened with every late-night question answered. The complex web of individual diseases, untangled with every rogue cell understood. The reality that treatment is out of reach, eliminated with every right to treatment coordinated, and every place to stay secured. The overwhelming burden of the work left to do lowered with every fundraising goal met and every life-saving bill passed. We can't end cancer alone. But when each one of our 1.5 million volunteers, staff, and researchers solves a small problem, hope gets bigger.
Hi, Randall Melton, 5-year Real Men Wear Pink, Memphis, Tennessee. This is Little Randy. We are truly better together.
I feel like that my doctor cares about me. One of the days that I was there, he told me that he was proud of me. Those words mean a lot. I know that he's doing everything that he possibly can to cure me, and that he thinks about me as a person and as a mom and as a wife, and I'm not just a medical file. I'm Ashley Parker, and I choose better doctors, faith, and hope at Baptist Cancer Center.
I went to my gynecologist for my normal checkup and had my mammogram. The doctor walked in and he said, well, unfortunately, you have breast cancer. I was like, I can't have breast cancer because we just lost my mom, my dad, my brother, and I can't do this to my siblings. I said, no. I'm gonna be a survivor and I'm gonna fight. And I fought. I didn't have any symptoms. I didn't feel any lump. My gynecologist didn't feel any lump, so it was detected through the mammogram. I know for a fact, I know in my heart that early detection saved my life. And then when I was diagnosed, I really became an avid volunteer and fundraiser, because it hit me. When I walk in Making Strides, I walk for me, of course, but I walk for everybody. If you've never gone to a Making Strides walk, just to go and see thousands and thousands of people walking, sharing, loving, caring, it is just love. It's full of pink love. That's exactly what it is. I want people to say, Cheryl, Team Mama C, she did everything that she could possibly do to help people who could not help themselves, to get the word out for early detection and early screening, to raise as much money that she could to help other people. And it's not just Making Strides in October for Breast Cancer Month. This is a continuous thing. You have to continue to let people know what they need to do. And that's what we do. We've been out there and we're going to continue to be out there.
Requires all residents to stop any non-essential travel.
A stay-at-home order.
Alarming number of COVID-19 cases.
States as the country with the most COVID-19 cases. Current number. First, distance learning will continue for students while employees.
remember telling her dad that, and it was a really emotional moment between he and I, and when I called him to tell him that he was going to be a grandfather, but that there was another piece of the story, and that Jocelyn also had breast cancer. But I told him, I said, I want you to know that I got this, and that I'm prepared to do everything I can to protect her. And he said to me, if there was anyone to take care of my little girl other than me, I'd want it to be you. I don't know that I've ever told him, but like what that meant, it encouraged me and gave me the strength to say, hey, I can make this happen.
Ted is nothing short of amazing. He was my biggest supporter. He called everybody. He got all my doctor's appointments. He was by my side no matter what.
To realize that as a caregiver, there's so many things that you can do and there's so much research you can do and be supportive, but at the same time, she still has to go through this. She's still gonna have to go through the chemotherapy. She still has surgeries ahead of her. She's still, in her instance, still gonna have a child.
This year, I'm super excited for Making Strides because I'm out of treatment, I'm doing great.
It's a celebration of life. A lot of folks that are on the backside, and to see those 20,000 plus people all walking together, it's pretty awesome.
It was just great to see everybody's positivity and smiling faces. I want to be the hope for people. I want to show them that it's going to be okay.
Making Strides historically is one of the largest fundraising activities of the year. And that fundraising goes towards cancer research, it goes towards funding clinical trials, and it's really important.
I have actually a couple friends that the American Cancer Society founded their drugs that they're on that are helping keep them alive. And they do this thing called the Hope Lodge. People that live outside of 40 miles can come stay when they're in treatment, which is so helpful.
I've become passionate about the mission of the American Cancer Society just because I've been touched by it. And I've found that in getting involved and then seeing the good work that they're doing, that's really the foundation for the search for a cure. So whether it be funding and donors, being research, and there's so much work to do. There's so many opportunities to serve and so many opportunities to give. Now kind of shifting into being supportive of other caregivers and other spouses or significant others that may be in a similar situation.
I'm just so thankful for my husband. I honestly would not have made it through without him by my side. He really did everything. He kept our family together.
When I see her wearing that survivor sash, I'm so thankful. She's so incredibly strong, and to realize there were so many things that were outside of our control, she's just amazing. I'm proud of her.
Hello, this is Kel Harvey, Chattanooga's Real Men Wear Pink 2020 winner, and just wanted to say hello and just grateful and thankful for the platform to be able to participate in this year's Real Men Wear Pink. Had a blast during my campaign. Had some phenomenal people around me to help me put on a golf tournament and to put on a silent auction. And my campaign went really well. had a lot of bumps in the road, but overall we did very well, and enjoyed the campaign very much, and enjoyed watching the other guys that I competed against this year, and Chattanooga set a record this year with right at $140,000 raised, and just proud to be part of this group, and so just wanted to say good evening, and thanks again.
Move fast and break things. Remember how good that used to sound? For a while there, it seemed like technology was the answer to everything, and that business would drive us all forward. But it's time we took a look around. All around. Not just at the rooms where we sit, or the offices where we work, or the towns where we live, but all around, and ask ourselves if maybe we've broken enough. How much longer can we continue to put the few ahead of the many? How much longer can we proceed with business as usual? Let's keep moving fast. But instead of breaking things, let's find a way to fix them. Let's bring doing well and doing good together. Let's bring CEOs and NGOs together. Let's bring equal work and equal pay together. Tech and trust, shareholders and stakeholders, C-level and C-level. Let's bring access and success together. Value and values. Let's bring the leaders of today and the fighters for tomorrow together. The thing is, technology really does have the power to lift us all, but only if we design it for everyone. And business really can drive us all forward, but only if we agree to hold ourselves to a higher standard. It's time for a new era of business. It's time for a new kind of capitalism. Let's build it together. Are you with us?
Hi, this is Scott Brokamp with His Security Technology, top fundraiser for Real Men Wear Pink in Knoxville, number 7 in the nation. Let me tell you what, His Security Technology support ACS because let's face it, who has not been affected by cancer? So glad to be a part to help raise money this year for Real Men Wear Pink and the American Cancer Society.
As the largest gaming company in the United States, Caesars Entertainment boasts 55 properties worldwide and the largest loyalty program in the industry. Horseshoe Tunica features gaming, entertainment, nightlife, and more. This 500-room luxury hotel offers 990 slots, 24 poker tables, and 6 unique dining experiences, including Jack Binion's Steakhouse. Our guests may also enjoy a full-service pampering experience at the spa at Horseshoe. All of this, all in one place. Explore the best at Horseshoe Tunica.
My father and my husband are the 2 best friends I've got. When they were diagnosed, the fear hit me that how could I lose both of my best friends at the same time? My dad was diagnosed 3.5 years ago with liver cancer. It was devastating because I didn't think anything could take my father down. They gave him 6 months to live, and he's still fighting every day. But in August, we found out that my husband had stage 3 colon cancer. It was very aggressive and very large, and very quickly we had to have surgery and start chemo. He had a long road to recovery. Chemo weeks were very hard. He was very sick and very weak during that time, and I would have to make sure that he knew that it was my job to do this. This was part of the vows that we gave.
She's my better half. She's special. You know, she's the one who takes care of everything.
In the beginning, I really felt like I wasn't allowed to have any emotion. I felt like I needed to be the strong one that never showed that it hurt. And I feel like sometimes they need to see that emotion side, but also have the strength to get through it and have courage and do what needs to be done. Michael and my father have a great relationship. He became a father figure to Michael, and Michael gave him the son that he never had.
My father-in-law, that's my buddy. I love him tremendously.
I love them, and I couldn't find two people I'd rather go through this with, or two people I'd rather take care of than this. I did a team in the Relay for Life to honor my father and my husband. We've always participated, but I wanted to give them their own personal Relay for Life. People need to know that other people are struggling the same way they are. Whether you're a caregiver or a survivor, you need to know that people are going through it with you. They are experiencing the same thing that all of us are experiencing. I am overwhelmed to see both of them walking together.
It means a lot to be going through it with him because I'm somebody he can talk to, and he's somebody I can talk to. And me and Rusty, we're here for each other.
Michael just means a lot to me. I mean, I call him anytime.
My heart is very happy that they can do this together, and that my husband can be there for my father, makes me extremely proud. My father has fought a good fight, but it is very obvious that the fight is almost over. So I know that this will be my last in honor of, and from this day forward will be in memory of. So him being there with me and him getting to see all he means to me, I can't think of anything more important right now in my life.
Hey everyone, it's Allie McCamey at Capital Toyota in Chattanooga, Tennessee. The truth is that many of us have been impacted by cancer. Whether it was our friends, our family members, our coworkers, or ourselves, we've all been affected. So we just want to say thank you. Thank you from all of us at Capital Toyota for joining us on the journey to cure cancer.
If funding went down and we lost funding for the lab, that means that we can't make the findings we might otherwise have that could help cancer patients. And more than that, it means that some PhD students, postdocs that were being trained in this area might have to switch to other fields or go out of research altogether. So it could affect a generation of new scientists.
Good evening. I hope you all are enjoying tonight's Better Together Gala. I want to welcome our friends joining us from across the great state of Tennessee, including Knoxville, Chattanooga, Nashville, and Memphis. It's wonderful to all be together virtually at this first ever statewide event. This year, so much has changed, but one thing that has not changed is our commitment to our mission to save lives, celebrate lives, and lead the fight for a world without cancer. Never before in our 107-year history has our mission been at risk like this. Postponed events and a dramatic dip in charitable donations have led to a revenue shortfall no one could have predicted. Our funding of cancer research is at the lowest investment this century. At risk are more and better treatments and discoveries that will improve and save lives. Cancer patients are depending on us, and we cannot let them down. I am so grateful for our amazing volunteers and partners who made tonight possible. Thank you to our event chairs and volunteers who came together from galas across the state to create one impactful event. We are truly better together. We are so inspired by the determination of our Tennessee volunteers, partners, and staff who made tonight possible. Your commitment to the American Cancer Society makes a big difference in the fight against cancer. We simply could not do our work without you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for supporting our life-saving mission.
Welcome everyone to the 2020 Better Together Gala, coming to you from Nashville, Tennessee. I want to give a quick shout out to the Eric Blue Band. Thank you guys so much for being here tonight. We are all so excited that you could be with us for this event. As a Memphis native, a resident of Chattanooga, and a lifelong Tennessean, it is truly my honor to be with you for the first of its kind statewide virtual event. As we all know, this has been a year full of challenges, but it's also been a year of unique opportunities, like this evening, to connect. While we've got all of Tennessee's attention, we're going to make the most of it. As Gary Reedy mentioned moments ago, the American Cancer Society is facing unprecedented adversity to accomplishing its mission. That's why tonight our focus is to tap into the power and promise of the entire volunteer state to raise support for continuing cancer research. This evening, we'll catch up with several guests, both virtually and here in studio, to recognize the incredible efforts to bring together all of Tennessee to continue together working as a state rather than individual cities. I'd like to take a moment now to give special recognition to just a few of the sponsors who helped make tonight possible. Our presenting sponsor is Caesars Entertainment. Our pre-show sponsor is Salesforce. Our after-party sponsor is Bridgestone. The Access to Care sponsor is Baptist Cancer Center of Memphis. The registration sponsor is the West Tennessee Cancer Center. Our silent auction sponsor is Lexus of Chattanooga and Capital Toyota. And finally, our mission sponsor is Kroger Health. We'll be thanking more of our amazing sponsors throughout the show. And I also want to recognize our many mission donors, whose names you'll see scrolling across the screen throughout the evening. We'll also have a chance to celebrate with our 2020 Better Together honoree, country artist Mitchell Tenpenny. This Nashville native will share why the fight against cancer is so personal for him and even perform a song right here on the show. And because this is Music City, only one song just won't do. That's why we're also sharing an exclusive premiere of Nashville-based singer Maggie Rose's new video for her timely song, 2020. We're also giving you a chance to make a difference during the show. Thanks to our sponsors at Lexus of Chattanooga and Capital Toyota, our virtual statewide silent auction is up and running online right now at acstn.givesmart.com. Nearly 200 items are up for bid, including 10 premium experiences unique to the great state of Tennessee that I want to make sure that you are all aware of. Just looking down the list, I see a barrel of Sour Mash whiskey, a weekend at Blackberry Farms, a trip to $1 Million Row at Churchill Downs, and a lot of items that are certainly better together with friends and family. So log on and place your bids. You can also donate using our text to give option. For viewers that have not registered, you can text ACSTN to 76278. That will send you to a registration link on our website. If you have already registered, you can text GIVE and the amount, or just enter the amount to 76278. No dollar signs are needed. Before we hit our stride, we'll pause here for a quick word from some of our sponsors. As we step away, Governor Bill Lee wanted to share a message with you this evening. Let's take a look.
Hey everybody, Governor Bill Lee here. I'd like to take a moment to thank the volunteers and the donors across Tennessee for their support in fighting cancer. I recognize the continued battle for Tennesseans, especially in light of the COVID-19 pandemic, to beat their cancer diagnosis. In Tennessee, there will be an estimated 39,000 new cancer cases diagnosed just this year, and almost 15,000 people are expected to die from this disease. Cancer hasn't stopped in Tennessee, but neither will we. With the support of volunteers and donors and community partners, the American Cancer Society is fighting cancer on all fronts and saving lives. Tonight's experience is raising funds to support critical research, funding, as well as the Hope Lodge in Memphis and Nashville. Through your generosity, you're changing the course of cancer. Thank you for supporting the American Cancer Society and your fellow Tennesseans this evening.
As the largest gaming company in the United States, Caesars Entertainment boasts 55 properties worldwide and the largest loyalty program in the industry. Horseshoe Tunica features gaming, entertainment, nightlife, and more. This 500-room luxury hotel offers 990 slots, 24 poker tables, and 6 unique dining experiences, including Jack Binion's Steakhouse. Our guests may also enjoy a full-service pampering experience at the spa at Horseshoe. All of this, all in one place. Explore the best at Horseshoe Tunica.
Move fast and break things. Remember how good that used to sound? For a while there, it seemed like technology was the answer to everything, and that business would drive us all forward. But it's time we took a look around. All around. Not just at the rooms where we sit, or the offices where we work, or the towns where we live, but all around, and ask ourselves if maybe we've broken enough. How much longer can we continue to put the few ahead of the many? How much longer can we proceed with business as usual? Let's keep moving fast. But instead of breaking things, let's find a way to fix them. Let's bring doing well and doing good together. Let's bring CEOs and NGOs together. Let's bring equal work and equal pay together. Tech and trust, shareholders and stakeholders, C-level and C-level. Let's bring access and success together. Value and values. Let's bring the leaders of today and the fighters for tomorrow together. The thing is, technology really does have the power to lift us all, but only if we design it for everyone. And business really can drive us all forward, but only if we agree to hold ourselves to a higher standard. It's time for a new era of business. It's time for a new kind of capitalism. Let's build it together. Are you with us?
Welcome back to the 2020 Better Together Virtual Gala. A reminder that throughout our show, you'll see the names of our mission donors scrolling across your screen. And I also want to recognize a few more of our sponsors who helped make tonight possible. The Mark Height Team, Ascend, Clayton Homes, LBMC, Cat Financial, Gallagher, Rico High Tech, First Bank, and Guardian Foundation Repair. Thanks to all of you for your generosity and support. I don't know about you, but after this year, I have definitely come to have a healthy new appreciation for routines. I know I definitely took them for granted. For families and individuals, a lack of a routine can make for chaotic and stressful days, weeks, and even months. And for cancer patients that are unable to find a routine for their diagnosis, treatment, and care, the stress and the stakes can be incredibly high. But during 2020, Tennesseans worked hard to help ensure that cancer patients' new normals include access to their appointments and the highest level of care. With more on this commitment in West Tennessee, here is Jason Little, courtesy of our Access to Care sponsor with the Baptist Cancer Center in Memphis.
Hello, I'm Jason Little, President and CEO of Baptist Memorial Healthcare. It's my pleasure to join you for the American Cancer Society's virtual statewide gala. I've had the privilege of participating in a number of virtual events during the past few months, and it has been wonderful to connect with everyone despite the global pandemic. These virtual events also provide a bit of normalcy during these extraordinary times, and we need that right now. The COVID-19 pandemic has changed so much about our lives, but it hasn't changed when people get cancer or the need for cancer screenings and diagnostic tests. Sadly, studies have shown declines in screening and diagnostic tests since the pandemic began, and this concerns our specialists at Baptist Cancer Center, who've made a concerted effort to encourage the public to continue scheduling cancer screenings, because the earlier cancer is diagnosed, the easier it is to cure and the more options patients have for treatment. So it's vital that our community can access expert cancer care during every phase of their cancer journey, from diagnosis to treatment. The quality of your cancer center and specialists make a difference in patient survival. And I believe we have some of the best doctors in the world at Baptist Cancer Center. And we want as many people as possible to benefit from their expertise. Thanks to the American Cancer Society Harrah's Hope Lodge, patients who live outside Memphis can continue treatment without worrying about the cost of accommodations. Hope Lodge guests receive a free private room and bathroom, plus other amenities in a supportive and home-like setting. And I'm really proud that Baptist can help provide this resource for cancer patients, because we understand that treatment involves the whole person, not just a disease. We want to do everything we can to help cancer patients survive and thrive. So we're eager to work with the American Cancer Society, Baptist Memorial Healthcare Foundation, and other organizations to help patients access care through grants, programming, and services. We have a saying at Baptist Cancer Center: choose better. Through our relationship with the American Cancer Society, we help cancer patients choose better care and greater access to cancer services every day. So today, it's with great pleasure that I join in saluting the American Cancer Society and their commitment to access to care and patient lodging. Thank you for all you do.
Thank you, Jason. Shifting our attention to the center of the state, we have a more in-depth look at how the ACS and Nashville's Hope Lodge has risen to the challenges of 2020 to meet cancer patients' needs. Take a look.
Good evening. I'm Jim Schmitz with Elliott Davis Business Solutions, and I'm proud tonight to be co-chairing the American Cancer Society Discovery Gala along with Jessica Govic. I'd like to welcome you tonight. Hope you have a great time enjoying our program and spend time browsing our auction item. Why support now? Well, because of the pandemic, the need may never be greater. We have people who have skipped screenings. We have people who maybe have postponed even treatment for cancer. So the need is great, but the ability to raise funds through our traditional means of events and things has been hampered by the pandemic, which is why it's so important that everybody be here tonight and do what we are doing to try to help raise funds for the American Cancer Society. So I hope you have a great time with our program this evening. I hope that you browse the auction items, that you spend robustly, and that you help all of us support the American Cancer Society and all of the great work that it and its terrific people and staff do, and volunteers. Thank you again for being here. Have a wonderful evening.
Good evening. My name is Jessica Govic, and I am the area president for Gallagher in Tennessee and Kentucky.
I'm also very honored to be this year's co-chair for the Tennessee Better Together Gala. I have been a volunteer for the American Cancer Society for more than 15 years. So many of my friends and family have been affected by this terrible disease, and supporting cancer research and those affected by cancer during their treatment is near and dear to my heart. We are so excited you joined us this evening. Your donations are more important than ever before. With the increased cost of care due to the pandemic, as well as the need to improve healthcare technology systems, your help is more critical for our cancer patients. Please take some time to look at our silent and live auction items, make a contribution where you can, and more importantly, enjoy this evening. We are all doing our part in this fight against cancer, and there is no doubt we will be better at fighting it together.
Hope Lodge is really what was the breaking point or the turning point for me about why I joined the American Cancer Society. I saw it in action. I saw the people who were here who were giving each other encouragement and community, and I saw the people who were willing to volunteer to shuttle them back and forth to treatment. There was a wig salon next door at the office. Everything that could be provided to make that journey possible and have people feel like they were not alone in the struggle was here. And it was funded by the American Cancer Society.
It all started last November, the day after Thanksgiving. I was severely sick. I thought I had the flu-like symptoms. At worst, I thought it would be pneumonia. It turns out I had blood clots to both lungs and leukemia.
I've had cancer 3 times. I've had lymphoma in 2009 in my throat. A year later, I had it in my spleen.
In 2008, I was diagnosed with cancer and began to research the various options as to how to address that reality.
In December of 2011, I was diagnosed at that time with stage 2 ovarian cancer. We drive from Elizabethtown, Kentucky every 3 weeks for treatment.
By the time February rolls around, the doctor came in one day and said, "Great news, I have 2 donors." So I went through a stem cell transplantation. So I was asked to come and stay at the Hope Lodge. I had never heard of the Hope Lodge. The Hope Lodge is a place where cancer patients, people undergoing treatment, they need to be close to their doctors here in Nashville. It's located right here on Charlotte Pike, and it's a part of the American Cancer Society.
So they come here and they come to a place that is not just a building. The Hope Lodge is a home. It's a home away from home for people that are fighting cancer and looking to survive that process. It's also a community, and that's one of the most important aspects of the Hope Lodge.
Everybody was so nice to me. All the shuttle drivers, they were so respectful, and I never was late to appointment, and everybody was just great to me. So I was very lucky, and I'm just thankful and blessed that I found the Hope Lodge.
I didn't want to get emotional, but I've been so blessed. This place is so special. It's really hard to put into words because if you haven't been through a diagnosis such as leukemia or cancer, but at the moment when you're going through it and people come in through the door, say a musician comes in and they're singing a song that really touches your heart and your soul. For a minute you get lost in the moment and you forget that you're a patient.
The caregiver is going through a lot too. They're very worried about their loved one. And this is it's like a shelter in a storm.
When I found out my wife was diagnosed with cancer, it was very difficult, very hard. I remember our first trip down here, and we both were very scared. Once we did find Hope Lodge and got to know the people, and it felt like a sanctuary, like going into the eye of a storm maybe. It was calming, and we could relax and rest, and so convenient to the hospital from here, very convenient, and it relieved a lot of stress. This was my wife's 95th treatment today, so I think we have stayed in just about every room here at Hope Lodge.
Thanks so much for that update. We're going to pause here for a quick break, but when we return, it's our chance to visit with 3 Tennesseans and learn their inspiring efforts in the fight against cancer. That includes our Better Together honoree, Mitchell Tenpenny. But first, I think there's one thing Tennesseans can all agree on. 2020 is both a year we look forward to seeing in the rearview mirror and one we'll never forget. Nashville-based artist Maggie Rose captured that sentiment perfectly with a heavy dose of her signature soul in her brand new song. And she's been so gracious to allow us to premiere it right here on the show. As we go to a short break, here's an exclusive first look at Maggie Rose with her performance of her song, 2020.
I see 2020, but I couldn't see the tornado coming. It sat me down when I'm usually running, got me thinking about dumb things like money. But hey, I tried to stay high, but it took away Rogers, Withers, and Prime. But I thank God every day I'm alive, 'cause at least I see 2020. See 2020. Just another day gone by. I'm a bird in a cage, forbidden to fly in a world changed overnight into a place that I don't recognize. Another storm. We all got a weather. Does it have to get worse before it gets better? I'm staring down the thought that I may never hold you again. But if this is the way it's always gonna be, at 6 feet is where you can bury me. I see 2020, but I couldn't see the tornado coming. It sat me down when I'm usually running, got me thinking about dumb things like money. But hey, I tried to stay high, but it took away Rogers, Withers, and Prime. But I thank God every day I'm alive, 'cause at least I see 2020. I see 2020. I'm homesick for a sanctuary. Everything I do is a temporary fix. Time to face it, we were all already sick. But I've seen strangers be neighbors and stars shine greater. Now that I can see 2020, but I couldn't see the tornado coming. It sat me down when I'm usually running, got me thinking about dumb things like money. But hey, I tried to stay high, but it took away Rogers, Withers, and Prime. But I thank God every day I'm alive, 'cause at least I see 2020. I see 2020. See 2020. We'll see 2020. We'll see 2020.
I feel like that my doctor cares about me. One of the days that I was there, he told me that he was proud of me. Those words mean a lot. I know that he's doing everything that he possibly can to cure me. And that he thinks about me as a person and as a mom and as a wife, and I'm not just a medical file. I'm Ashley Parker, and I choose better doctors, faith, and hope at Baptist Cancer Center.
Hey everyone, it's Allie McCamey at Lexus in Chattanooga. Cancer has impacted each and every one of our lives. Whether it be a family member, a friend, a coworker, or ourselves, we've all been impacted by cancer. So we just want to say thank you. Thank you from all of us at Lexus in Chattanooga for joining the journey to cure cancer.
To the 2020 Better Together Virtual Gala. Before we introduce our first guest, I want to give a shout out to a few more of this evening's sponsors: Methodist Le Bonheur Healthcare, Wakefield Corporation, Pilot, the University of Tennessee Medical Center, Mountain Commerce Bank, Skin Wellness Center, Central Technologies, and Covenant Health Systems. Thanks to all of you for making this evening possible. Our first guest is the Executive Director at ACS and a big reason that we're all here together tonight. Let's welcome Lindsay Langley. Lindsay, we're so excited that you're here today.
Thank you. So glad to be here.
Well, we want to hear a little bit about just why it's so important that we have this statewide fundraiser for the American Cancer Society.
Yeah, you know, cancer has not stopped, and neither have we at the American Cancer Society across the state of Tennessee and across the country. One thing that we do know during these challenging times is that, you know, cancer patients are having, you know, unprecedented times getting to treatment. One thing that we also know is that 79% of cancer patients are having challenges getting to treatment. So we have got to continue to fund our mission across the state of Tennessee and across the nation to help fight cancer.
Absolutely. It's so critical what you're doing. And can you tell us a little bit about how the society has made an impact directly in the state of Tennessee?
Sure, yeah. So, you know, since 1946, we have funded over $76 million worth of research right here in Tennessee with our healthcare partners. So, you know, just this year alone, we funded over $13 million worth of research across the state of Tennessee. So tonight's fundraising that is being done through Knoxville and Chattanooga will continue to fund our life-saving research.
Absolutely. And that research funding is so pivotal, but you don't just fund research. And can you tell us what some of those programs you offer to patients and their families are, and a little bit about just why they're so important?
Yeah, you know, caregivers and patients, when they're going through cancer treatment, one thing that we provide them in Nashville and also in Memphis is our Hope Lodges, which are exactly what the name is. It's a place of hope for cancer patients while they're receiving treatment. And just alone in 2019, we provided over 9,000 free rooms to cancer patients and their caregivers while receiving treatment. So we love our facilities both in Memphis and Nashville, and we have to continue funding those. So tonight, fundraising that's taking place in Nashville as well as Memphis will benefit our Hope Lodges.
Absolutely. And what are you looking forward to most about our program tonight?
Oh gosh, there's so many great things that are going to happen tonight, from honoring some of our amazing volunteers who have helped us get to where we are, to the wonderful performances from Maggie Rose as well as Mitchell Tenpenny. so much going on, and also the fantastic auction. I don't know about you, but I'm an auction person, so the more goodies that I can find and give back to a great cause like American Cancer Society, the more I want to do it. So
absolutely.
Yeah.
And it never hurts when there's some pretty fabulous items to bid on, right?
Yes.
Well, Lindsay, we so appreciate you being here today.
Thank you.
And I'm going to ask you to stay with us since we love having you here so much.
Of course.
As we bring out our next guest. He is a longtime board member with over 25 years of CEO experience. He's also a cancer survivor who is here to share just how much the work of ACS can impact cancer patients. Please welcome our ACS board chairman, John Bearden. All right, John, thank you so much for stopping by.
Great.
Can you start by telling us a little bit about your leadership role at ACS and what that experience has been like for you?
Sure. You know, I've been very privileged for the last 2 years to serve as chairman of the Tennessee Area Board, volunteer board. You know, the American Cancer Society is the most powerful cancer fighting organization in the world. And a key factor, Christine, and the continued success of the organization is the partnership and the effectiveness of the partnership between the staff, Lindsay's team, and others across the country, and the volunteer network. And we have 1.5 million volunteers.
Wow.
So I began volunteering for the organization about 10 years ago. And it's been a remarkable experience. It's given me the opportunity to work with a number of wonderful, committed volunteers, and that will be friends for life.
Absolutely. And I understand that through volunteering, not just in your leadership roles and how you got started, but you also have a very personal connection to ACS. Can you tell us a little bit about what your connection is like as a survivor?
Sure. I remember very clearly a hot summer Saturday morning in June of 2008, receiving a call from my physician telling me that my test had come back and I had cancer. And so I understand in a very visceral way the fear and the anxiety that people feel when they first hear those words. I was familiar with cancer because my father had cancer, my brother has cancer, my sister died of cancer, so we were very familiar with that. You know, and so we got right after it and did the research, found ways to address the various options that were available. But being a survivor has given me a real passion to step into this organization as a volunteer and to really help other people who are cancer patients have hope and have a sense that they can and will survive.
Absolutely, and what an incredible story to turn your mission into such a passion to help so many other people. So kind of on that note, what do you want the patients, families, and caregivers to know about the society?
The thing that is most important for cancer patients to understand is that we are making significant progress in the battle against cancer. And someday cancer will be eliminated. But right now, I want them to understand that there are a number of resources that the American Cancer Society provides to cancer patients, and that those resources are easy to access. It may be the Hope Lodge, it may be programs like Road to Recovery.
Different research initiatives that you're excited about.
Yes, absolutely. And so a lot of progress is being made, and people are now able to enter the process of the journey of having cancer, but understand fully well that there probably is a great chance for not only to process through that, but to survive that journey.
Absolutely. And we're so grateful for all that you've done, but we're so sad that you're not going to be our chairman anymore. I don't know what we're going to do without you. I've heard so many wonderful things just today. But since you are passing the reins over to a new chairman for 2021, what advice would you give to Dr. Lancaster?
Sure. Jim Lancaster is a man of incredible energy and intellect, and he will do a fantastic job in continuing the progress that our volunteers have made across the state of Tennessee. I would say that he really needs to continue to seek out people who are very passionate activists about this cause, and to work closely with the staff at the ACS to continue the success that we are experiencing. You know, Tennessee has one of the highest incidences of cancer cases and cancer fatalities per capita of any state in the country. So it's very important that this mission of saving lives and celebrating lives and leading the fight for a world without cancer is really important, and he will do a great job at that.
Well, I love that you feel that way about him and that we're going to be able to be under such trusted leadership in this next year. But we are so grateful for everything you've done. And before we let you go, we just have one more thing to cover. We wanted to share a little something to help you remember everything that you've done for the society and how grateful we are for you. So let's take a look.
John, from all of us at American Cancer Society, we just want to say thank you and congratulations for your leadership, your friendship, and your unwavering passion towards a world without cancer.
In my 35 years working for the organization, I've never met a more dedicated or passionate volunteer. I appreciate you so much and look forward to working with you in another capacity in the future. Thank you.
When you came on board as our chair, we just needed all of the help in the world to reestablish ourselves in our community and really be a force in the mission to fight cancer. And you did that. You stepped up to the plate. And since then, we've grown our board, we've grown our volunteer leadership, our events have grown, donations, and therefore our mission.
It's been an absolute pleasure getting to know you, getting to work with you, seeing your passion for the fight against cancer, seeing your passion for the pink space and your pink hair. Just so appreciate everything that you've done with all my gratitude.
John, on behalf of the North Central Region Leadership Team, I want to thank you for everything that you've done to move our mission forward across the state of Tennessee.
The tenor, the tone, the leadership that you've provided as chairperson, as volunteer for so many years is felt. And it's important for us as board members to continue that pace that you started for all of us.
John, like many others, I'm here on this board because of you. But I am honored to be on this board, honored to know you. I hope that I can do a fraction of what you've been able to do as part of your participation on this board. And I know you're not going anywhere, and I suspect that we will remain in touch and remain friends. I look forward to doing that, and thank you for all that you've done.
I was not looking for something else to do. I was full up, the top of my plate, and I met John Bearden. And John, you changed my mind. You helped me see a vision and connect with a passion inside me that I wasn't sure was still there. And I appreciate so much the way that you guided not only my entrance into being on the board, but you guided the whole board and the organization. And when you felt something strongly, you didn't take no for an answer, and you went right to the top, and it made a difference. And I have been so proud to be a part of this team you've built, and I know you will stay with us. We won't let you get away. And just know that you always have a friend, and thank you.
Well, we just wanted to share that to say thank you for the wonderful legacy you've left.
I appreciate that greatly. I'm humbled. Thank you.
And like I said, I hear that you're not going anywhere.
I'm not going anywhere. I'll do whatever Lindsay needs for me to do.
Well, that we're glad to hear about. Well, John, Lindsay, I want to thank you both so much for being here with us this evening and for your inspiration and dedication to the ACS and to the fight against cancer. We've got a VIP spot for you to enjoy the rest of the show. Thank you so much, John Bearden and Lindsay Langley.
Thank you, Christine.
For our next guest, our virtual show is receiving a virtual visit from one of the hottest up-and-coming artists in country music. Mitchell Tenpenny is a man making a difference for cancer patients with the founding of his Tenpenny Fund, an organization that's helping to improve the cancer journey for so many. And for that, he's been named a 2020 Better Together honoree. Mitchell, welcome to the show. We're so glad that you could be here with us.
Hey y'all, I'm so grateful to be honored to be an honoree for the Better Together Gala. This is, it's very special. I don't deserve it. These are very, these are just things that are important to me in my life to be able to help with cancer, and but to be recognized by it is very humbling. So thank you so much. I really appreciate that. You know, we're just getting started. We're just starting this foundation. We're just starting this charity, and it's exciting because when we get in the room and we start talking about this, the ideas start flowing, and you come out of there just, I don't know, refreshed. You come out of there with a new purpose in a meeting every single time we talk together, because you just feel like you're actually helping. So I just want to say thank you so much for you know, even looking at us and even considering us for being an honoree. I'm very grateful and humbled for that, so thank you.
Mitchell, can you tell us a little bit about why it was so important for you to start the 10 Penny Fund to support cancer patients?
Yeah, and I lost my father to cancer, and so it was very important to me that when we got the opportunity to start a charity, that it involves cancer, because that's what's affected me personally the hardest. And my aunt's currently going through it. I've lost another aunt to it. I've got so many friends right now that are dealing with it, and I hate it. I hate everything about it. So, you know, it was just a no-brainer for me when, like I said, when you become an artist and you start doing things, all of a sudden you want to give back, and that's how we wanted to give back. We want to take cancer out in the best way we can, and every little bit helps. So the 10 Penny Fund is a way to do that. Y'all please go check it out. I promise you that money is going to go to saving lives, and I'm just very grateful for that. So thank you.
Absolutely. You're a Nashville native, and you've made it a priority to make a difference in cancer patients' lives in your own community. Tell us a little bit about your involvement with the Hope Lodge in Nashville.
So our recent involvement with the Nashville Hope Lodge is, you know, we ended up coming in and donating a lot to build a family room for people that are, you know, staying at the Hope Lodge. You know, hospitals are scary. I don't like them. They're so white. The walls are just icky. It's just not a good vibe. And so we got to go in there and paint the walls, put awesome furniture in there, decorated like my house. Looks real woodsy like. Got a bunch of, you know, really warm colors, couches, and video games for people to play, just for a moment to kind of get your mind off the fact that you're in there dealing with cancer. And again, I think that goes back to why we started the fund, the mental aspect of that. Being able to calm yourself down and allow these doctors to do their job is so important into defeating cancer. And that's why we really love being a part of this room. It's a special room. Go check it out. It's online if you want to see it.
Our gala tonight celebrates Tennesseans across the state coming together to continue important research and support for cancer patients. So I'm curious, growing up here, what did you enjoy most about being a Tennessean?
That's a great question. What do I most enjoy about being a Tennessean? I think being a Tennessean. I just love being a boy from the volunteer state. I don't know. It's something growing up in Nashville, the magic here being in Music City. And we got Music City, we got Memphis where I can go out in the world and get a little bit more in the country. And then you got the east side with the beautiful mountains, the Smoky Mountains. I mean, our state has everything there is to offer. And they're only about a 3-hour distance from where, you know, I am in Nashville. So I don't know. I think Tennessee's the greatest state in my opinion, and I love it. And if you haven't been here, you should come check it out and visit.
Absolutely. It is a pretty great state. Shifting our focus to your music, our theme tonight is Better Together, placing an emphasis on the importance of collaborating in the continued fight against cancer. I'm wondering if there's anyone out there who's your dream collaboration?
If I could collaborate with any artist, it would be John Mayer. I'm obsessed with John Mayer. I love his music. I love his songwriting. I'm literally holding his guitar right now. So if John, if you're watching this, please, buddy, hit me up. I would love to make a song with you someday.
Well, you heard the man. Hit him up, John, and let's make that happen. 2020 has had a way of affecting so many lives and livelihoods. That includes country artists like yourself that are touring on the road. You've been off the road for several months and will be for a good part of 2021. Is there one tour date that's going away that you were really looking forward to?
The tour date I was most looking forward to in 2020, it was actually the tour I was looking forward to. It would be out with Jason Aldean. We were supposed to be opening for Jason Aldean, and unfortunately this all happened. So it's not just one date, it's an entire tour, honestly. That would have been so much fun, and I hope we get to reschedule it or figure something out. But yeah, that was definitely a huge bummer.
Well, we definitely hope that you get back on the road, but once you do, is there a dream venue you want to hit?
Yeah, if I could play any venue in the world, it would be Red Rocks. I don't know, I've just seen so many live in-concert series there, and it just seems to be the place you got to play. A few of my friends have gotten to play it, and they just say it's insane, incredible. So that's the bucket list venue for sure.
Mitchell, thank you so much for being here with us tonight. While Mitchell might be off the road, that's not going to stop him from playing for us right here. He's offered to perform a song from his album, Telling All My Secrets, that was inspired by his father. As we go to break, here is Mitchell Tenpenny with Walk Like Him.
Mama says I walk like him, feet at 10 and 2. My uncle says I talk like him. I get my point across the room, and if he were here today, he'd just laugh out loud when they say it, 'cause he knew that his boy was just like him. So I cuss a little bit when the game's on TV. Got Eagles in the truck on repeat. Know how to use a hammer and nail. Don't whine about my problems. He was better at putting that bottle down, but I spend every day trying to make him proud. If I said that I did, I'd be lying, but I'm trying to walk like him. Uncle says I'm stubborn like him, and I guess that he would know. My daddy got it from him. And I make 3 in a row, ain't that how it goes? A bloodline keeping him alive. One day my babies will look at me and see what he was like. So I cuss a little bit when the game's on TV. Got Eagles in the truck on repeat. Know how to use a hammer and nail. Don't whine about my problems. He was better at putting that bottle down, but I spend every day trying to make him proud. If I said that I did, I'd be lying, but I'm trying to walk like him. Oh, walk like him, yeah, yeah. And I remember when he sat me down, he told me he was sick. He said, son, don't worry about me. You got your life to live. He started talking to God again. It'd been a while, like old friends. When the time came for him, I know where he went. So I pray a little more today than I used to. Come on every day like he said to. Know how to treat a woman right, how to live a life. He was better at putting that bottle down, but I spend every day trying to make it proud. If I said that I did, I'd be lying, but I'm trying to walk like him. Oh, walk like him. Mama said I'm walk like him. Feet at 10 and 2. Ooh, yeah.
Requires all residents to stop any non-essential travel.
A stay-at-home order.
And it is an alarming number of COVID-19 cases.
States as the country with the most COVID-19 cases. Current number first. Distance learning will continue for students while employees.
back with the 2020 Better Together Virtual Gala. Before we meet our next guest, another quick thank you to more of this evening's sponsors: Denso, Ernst & Young, Deloitte, PwC, Vaco, and Elliott Davis. Once again, thank you for your generous support in making tonight possible. Our next guest shares a different but crucial perspective of a cancer journey, the point of view of a caregiver. Please help me welcome from Knoxville, Tennessee, CEO of Wakefield Corp., Erin Wakefield. Erin, thank you so much for being here with us tonight. We're so excited to have you here.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Absolutely. Well, I hope that drive wasn't too hard out of the mountains getting to the middle of Tennessee. I know that can be a little bit treacherous sometimes.
It was great.
So it's always a beautiful drive. That's one of the great things about our state, right?
It was, that's right.
Well, tonight we wanted to talk a little bit about your father, the late James Wakefield, who passed away from lung cancer in 2016.
Mm-hmm.
To get started, I'd love to hear a little bit about your memories of him and one of your favorite memories, perhaps, about your father.
Oh, wow. I think one of my favorite memories, I got the opportunity to work with my father for almost 20 years. He started our company in 1986, and I began full-time after graduation from UT in 1997. So I had that opportunity to work with him every single day and watch him with our employees and watch him with what we consider our family and the way they rallied around us during Dad's illness and again when he passed away was just amazing. And when I was younger and little when he started the company, I remember going to work with him and I would just sit there and more color on the drawings. We're a commercial construction company, so I would sit there and just kind of play through the drawings. My own daughter did that when she was younger as well. And so it's just kind of neat to be able to continue generationally, hopefully, with that.
Absolutely. And were you or your family prepared for the steps after his diagnosis to step into the role of a caregiver? What was that transition like for y'all?
It was different to watch the strongest person you've ever known go through something like that. Mm-hmm. But in clear Jim Wakefield fashion, he never missed a day of work. And it was hard for him, I think, to release that role of being the strong one and being the leader. But he did it gracefully, and it was a great time, as hard as it was, to be able to care for him the way I watched him care for my mom and the way he cared for me, so gently that you don't usually get to do, with your own father. It was a neat opportunity and experience for me.
Absolutely. And can you paint a picture of what those days were like when you and your family cared for him?
Well, most of the time he was at home. He went to the hospital right after Christmas or right before Christmas in 2015. And he was really still strong and stoic all through that. But there were days that my mom and I would have to take him to the hospital or take him to doctor's appointments. And the folks at work were just amazing. And I had to take off so much work during that time. I don't think I'd missed ever that much. But being able to be with him and talk about stories and watch he and my mom interact with each other was really a great experience to see. It's reminded me of what I saw when I was a child, watching them as parents, but being able to watch it kind of again in a little bit of a role reversal after he got sick was really neat.
Absolutely, and it totally takes a whole village. And in that kind of vein, how was ACS a resource for you as a caregiver during that journey?
To be honest, I knew of ACS in 2016, but it wasn't until after my father passed away that Stacy Clark from the Knoxville location reached out to me, and she said, Erin, she said, everybody in this community is familiar with your dad and what he gave back. She said, we'd like to give something back to him. And getting involved with the Hope Gala and with the ACS has meant more to me to be able to give back in hopes that one day children don't have to go through what I did as an adult, what my brother went through, and cancer can be cured and people don't have to do that anymore.
Yes, and you're using that to pave the way for a new generation, a new chapter that won't know a world with cancer,
Exactly.
And we're so grateful for that. So your father was also known as a man that gave back to his community. Like you said, he was very well known, and what a legacy to leave. But how are you continuing that legacy by giving back in your community?
With ACS and the Hope Gala specifically, become very involved in that. Through the Knoxville ACS office, we have also developed an organization called the Women's Coalition Against Cancer, and that is just where Knoxville women are coming together and supporting each other, supporting other families going through cancer. and focusing on that. The Thompson Cancer Survival Center, which is where my father received his treatment. I sit on the board of the foundation there, and they were crucial in my dad's treatment and just wonderful physicians and people to be with. And that giving back through both of those organizations has become a passion of mine and my family.
We are so grateful that that is your passion, that you're doing so much for people around you.
Thank you.
And it is so important to give back so that you can share those lessons with others. So what encouragement would you offer to someone that is a caregiver or has just found out that their loved one has been diagnosed with cancer?
I would encourage them to reach out to those around them. People want to help, and they always ask, what can I do to help? What can I bring? And they're asking for a reason, and let them, like you said just a second ago, it takes a village. It truly does. But only if you reach out to them and let them help. There are so many people that don't know what to do, don't know what to say, they've not been through it, but they truly want to do something. Reach out to those people, whether it's at ACS or a friend or another family member. Just let them help you, because caregivers will need just as much maybe mental help and emotional release as the patient themselves.
Definitely. A caregiver role is so pivotal, and we're so grateful that you were able to be here with us today and for your continued work in the fight against cancer. So thank you so much.
It was a pleasure being here. Thanks for having me.
It was our pleasure to have you. So thank you again. And if you have been inspired by what Aaron and our other guests have said this evening, you can make a difference right now with our Text to Give option. For those that have registered, text GIVE and the amount, or just enter the amount to 76278. No dollar signs are needed. If you aren't registered, well, that's no problem. Just text ACSTN to 76278. That will send you a link to the registration form on our website. And we also have our Lexus of Chattanooga and Capital Toyota silent auction taking place right now at acstn.givesmart.com. Nearly 200 items waiting on you to make a bid. That includes several items, including our VIP access to our first ever event that will have the Music City putting the pedal to the metal in 2021. We've got more details on this one-of-a-kind item during this quick break. But first, we wanted to share a quick message from one of this evening's sponsor, Joe Lodiz, General Manager of Horseshoe Casino. Let's take a look.
Hello, my name is Joe Lodiz, General Manager at Horseshoe Tunica. Caesars Entertainment and our team members have been longtime supporters of the American Cancer Society because we believe in their mission. Our employees raise funds and volunteer year-round in the Memphis area. We also host multiple events a month at the Harris Hope Lodge, from meals to game nights with guests. As presenting sponsor, we are proud to continue our fight together with the American Cancer Society. We thank you for tuning in to this virtual event to help us in this ongoing fight. We truly are better together.
I'm Matt Cruz, CEO of the Music City Grand Prix. I want to thank the American Cancer Society for inviting us to be part of such a worthwhile event, and thank all of you for your generosity tonight. So that being said, I'm sure I don't have to tell anyone out there that Nashville knows how to throw a party. Next August's inaugural Music City Grand Prix is destined to take that party to the next level. As we combine many of the top music artists across multiple genres, Nashville's top restaurants, and the world's best racing drivers and teams into a multi-day downtown festival of sound and speed. This unique auction item provides the winning bidder and a guest a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to experience the Music City Grand Prix in a way not available to anyone. Well, anyone that doesn't have a car or helmet. The winning bidder is going to receive 4 nights of hotel accommodations in downtown Nashville, access to our VIP driver party hosted by some of music's biggest names, access to Music City Grand Prix's premium Club RPM, where you'll get a chance to meet many of music and racing's top stars. I would urge you to check out musiccitygp.com to learn more about Club RPM and some of the fantastic other venues in and around our property. The winning bidder will also receive premium tickets. You'll receive access to the paddock, where you can get up close to many of the cars and teams that put on this great event. We'll give you access to the drivers meeting, which is really a behind-the-scenes look of the preparations as the drivers get ready for race day. And one of the coolest aspects is we're going to take you to Victory Lane right after the race, where you can congratulate the inaugural champion of the Music City Grand Prix and get a photo op in this pretty cool moment. Since we're as much a music festival as we are a motorsports event, we're going to provide great backstage access to our nightly concerts and provide side stage viewing through our VIP viewing deck. So that being said, good luck tonight. Thank you for your support. Bid high, and hope to see you guys in Nashville soon.
We're back with the 2020 Better Together Virtual Gala. Before we introduce our final guest, we have one last chance to thank our sponsors that made tonight's show possible. Virgin Hotels, Juice Plus Company, Radians, Lipscomb and Pitts and City Current, Linda Brock Luxury Homes, Tennessee Oncology, Point Property Group, First Horizon Bank, TVA, CHI Memorial, Heritage Funeral Home, East Brainerd Chapel, and Pfizer. A big thank you to all of our sponsors who helped make tonight's virtual event a reality. Joining me now is a health and wellness entrepreneur from Memphis and a proud mother and grandmother. As an 8-year breast cancer survivor, she's become an award-winning activist and an invaluable resource to so many women in the community. Stephanie Turner, thank you so much for joining us. We're so excited to have you.
Oh, not more excited than I am. Thank you.
Well, I'm always excited to have a Memphis girl on, too.
That's right.
And I want to hear a little bit first about your experience as an ACS volunteer. You were actually involved with that long before your diagnosis. Can you tell us a little bit about what that journey was like as a volunteer to begin with before you moved on in your own journey?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I am a 20-plus year volunteer of the American Cancer Society. I became involved with them because my grandmother passed from breast cancer. So I did want to give back, with seeing her go through everything that she went through. I originally started out as a community health advisor, where we go out into the community, we hold health fairs, and our primary goal is to find women and men that don't have any insurance. Because the American Cancer Society can offer grants where they can have mammograms and get cancer screenings. Okay, and also I'm a part of ACS CAN, the American Cancer Society Cancer Action Network, which is a legislative piece, the advocacy group where we help our legislators make cancer issues a priority.
Absolutely. Well, that's wonderful to be involved in so many wonderful ways that you're making a change. And so in addition to being a volunteer, I understand that you received your own diagnosis. What was that like, and did you learn anything as a volunteer that you took into your journey with your cancer diagnosis? Did any of those lessons help you during that time? Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I was diagnosed, as you said, 8 years ago from a mammogram. I was always so healthy. And obviously with my grandmother passing from breast cancer, I was very diligent about, getting my health screenings. And I want to say that mammograms, early detection is, you have to catch this early. And with me being, so involved with the American Cancer Society, I felt more confident that I was going to beat it. Because dealing with all of the work that I've done in the community, I had hope. I had hope that this was not a diagnosis of death, because I had been around, fighting cancer for all those years. I had seen my grandmother fight cancer. So, I knew that I was going to beat it. And even through my treatments, I went through 2 months of chemotherapy, 6 weeks of radiation, and I was diagnosed with a rare breast cancer called HER2 positive. So I had to go through almost 2 years of treatments, and during my treatments, I continued to do my advocacy work with the American Cancer Society. That was a big part, giving back, not focusing on my journey of fighting cancer, giving back, and with the American Cancer Society. And I tell people that my family was such a big piece of me beating cancer. I affectionately call them Team Turner, because it took a team to get me back to where I am. And the American Cancer Society was a part of my team. Absolutely. They become a family. Absolutely. Yes, yes. And I want to circle back to something that you said a minute ago. You were still volunteering while going through chemo and radiation. Yes. How did you do it, and what was that like? Again, it was part of my therapy, because I tell people that being diagnosed with cancer is more than physical. It's emotional. It's psychological. You can really go into a deep place. I didn't want to go into that deep place. Of course, I had my family that continued to speak life back into me. Again, I had the American Cancer Society, where I was able to still go out in the community, talk to all these women, and tell them, I'm going through what you're going through. Let us help you.
So, you know, American Cancer Society, like I said, a part of my family and my team.
We're so lucky to have you as one of our champions in the fight against cancer. And what would you recommend to someone that's looking for ways to fight in this journey against cancer? What would you recommend, and what have you found that's the most empowering thing that you can get involved with?
Oh, you know, I would say first, having a diagnosis of cancer, whether it's breast cancer, colon cancer, whatever, you have to activate your faith. You have to activate your faith. You have to believe that you are going to beat this. And then I would recommend that an individual, they get in touch with their local American Cancer Society, because they can do like I did. They can become a volunteer. They can jump back into not focusing on what you're going through, but giving back and being a part of the American Cancer Society as a volunteer. That would help 100%.
Stephanie, thank you so much for sharing your story with us and being here today. That's about all of the time we have together today, but I want to thank all of our guests, Lindsay Langley, John Bearden, Aaron Wakefield, and Stephanie Turner, for sharing your stories and experiences. You are all truly inspiring. And because all of Tennessee is watching, we also want to thank the American Cancer Society staff across the state and the members of the Tennessee State Board for all that you've been able to accomplish this year. Thanks to the volunteer state for living up to its name. There are so many volunteers whose work on the front lines is absolutely essential in our fight against cancer. You stepped up when we needed you most, and we are so grateful for your commitment and hard work. And there's still time to make a difference this evening with our text to give. For those that are unregistered, you can text ACSTN to 76278. That will send you a registration link to the website. And if you are registered, you can text GIVE and the amount, or just enter the amount to 76278. Again, no dollar signs are needed. Also, don't forget to give to acstn.givesmart.com to get in your bid on one of the nearly 200 items at our silent auction, brought to you by Lexus of Chattanooga and Capital Toyota. And speaking of experiences, you're about to get one as we let our house band off the leash for our virtual after party, brought to you by Bridgestone. I'm Christine Williamson. It's my pleasure to place the rest of this evening in the capable hands of the Eric Blue Band. Take it away, guys.
You don't have to be beautiful to turn me on. I just want your body, babe, from dusk till dawn. You don't need experience to turn me on. You leave it all up to me. I'm gonna show you what it's all about. Don't have to be rich, be my girl. Don't have to be cruel to rule my world. Ain't no particular sign more compatible with. I just want your extra time and your kiss. You got to not talk dirty, babe. If you won't impress me, you can't be too flirty, mom. I know how to undress me. Yeah, I wanna be your fantasy. Maybe you could be mine. You leave it all up to me. We can have a good time. Don't have to be rich, be my girl. Don't have to be cruel to rule my world. Ain't no particular sign or compatible with. I just want your extra time and your kiss. Hey, oh, oh, oh. Come on, Bad Brad. Gotcha.
good size, baby, we could do the twirl. You don't have too much dynasty to have an attitude. Hear me, Neo, you just leave it all up to me. My love, you be your food. Yeah, you don't have to be rich, be my girl. Don't have to be cruel, rule my world. Ain't no particular sign or compatible with saxophone from Dixon, Tennessee, the gifted Mr. Dave Boisvert. Come on, Dave. Take your time. Take your time. you got to come home with me. I got some good old love, and then I got some more in store. When I get through pouring it on you, you got to come back for more. Those things come down by the dozen, that ain't nothing but attention, love. Pretty little thing, and let me light your candle, cause mama, I'm sure hard to handle now. Just around. Actions speak louder than words, and I'm a man of great experience. I know you got to love the man, but I can love you better than him. I take my hand, but don't be afraid, I'm gonna prove every word I say. I advertise your love for free, so you can place your way to me. Come along and down by the dozen, that ain't nothing but attention, love. Pretty little thing, and let me light your candle, cause mama, I'm sure hard to handle now. Yes, alright. Yeah. So hard to handle now. Ooh, yeah. Baby, here I am, man on your seat. I can give you what you want, but you got to come home with me. I got some good old love, and then I got some more in store. When I get through throwing it on you, you got to come back for more. Those things come down by the dozen, that ain't nothing but attention, loving. Pretty little thing, and let me light your candle, cause mama, I'm sure hard to handle now. Yeah, so hard to handle now. Oh baby, let me light your candle, cause mama, I'm sure hard to handle now. Yes, alright. Yeah, so hard to handle now. Oh, baby, baby, good loving, baby, baby, oh, good loving. What? Come on, y'all, let's hear it. Here we go. This hit is ice cold. Michelle fight for that white gold. This one for them hood girls, straight masterpieces. Styling, wildin', living it up in the city. Chuck's on with Shane LeRon. I got to kiss myself, I'm so pretty. Too hot to hot girl. Call the police and the fireman. Too hot to hot girl. Make a dragon want to retire, man. Too hot to hot girl. Say my name, you know who I am. Too hot to hot girl. Am I bad about that money? Break it down. Girls hit you, hallelujah. Girls hit you, hallelujah. Girls hit you, hallelujah. Cause Uptown Funk gon' give it to you. Uptown Funk gon' give it to you. Uptown Funk gon' give it to you. Saturday night we're in the spot. Don't believe me, just watch. Oh! Don't believe me, just watch. 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 Hey, hey, how, bass. Fill my glass, put some liquor in it. Take a sip, sign a check. Hey, Julio, get the stretch. To Hollywood, Harlem, Jackson, Mississippi. We show up for the show out. Smoother than a fresh jaw sipping. Too hot to hot girl. Police and the fireman. Too hot to hot girl. Like a dragon want to retire, man. Too hot to hot girl. Say my name, you know who I am. Too hot to hot girl. Am I bad about that money? Break it down. Girls hit you, hallelujah. Girls hit you, hallelujah. Girls hit you, hallelujah. Uptown Funk gonna give it to you. Uptown Funk gonna give it to you. Saturday night gonna give it to you. Saturday night. Don't believe me, just watch. No. again. It's not too late to donate. It's for a perfect cause, the American Cancer Society. Let's keep this thing going. Uptown, funk you up. 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 Said uptown, funk you up. Uptown, funk you up. Now dance, jump on it. You're sexy, then flaunt it. You're nasty, own it. Don't talk about it, show me. Dance, jump on it. You're sexy, then flaunt it. Saturday night, we're in the spot. Don't believe me, just watch. 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 Hey, hey, hey. Uptown, funk you up. 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 Uptown, listen. I can't feel my face when I'm with you. You know I love it. You know I love it. I can't feel my face when I'm with you. You know I love it. You know I love it. Uptown, funk you up. 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 One more, y'all. Uptown, funk you up. 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 Very superstitious. Writing on the wall. Very superstitious. Let us about to fall. 13 months old baby. I broke the looking glass. 7 years of bad luck. Good things in your past. You believe in things, don't understand when you suffer. Superstition anyway. Very superstitious. Wash your face and hands. Let me know your problem. Do all that you can. Keep me in a daydream. Keep me going strong. You don't need to save me. Sad is your song. You believe in things, don't understand when you suffer. Superstition anyway. Very superstitious, but nothing more to say. Very superstitious, a devil's listen, ain't the way. Give me an A chord. Now give me an F. You know you make me wanna throw my hands up and come on, American Cancer Society. Come on, donors. Throw my hands up. Don't forget to say you will. Hey, hey. Don't forget to say yeah, 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 yeah. Say you will. Say it right now, baby. Say you will. Come on, now come on. Say you will. Come on, say you. Say that you want me, that you want to please me. Come on now, come on now, come on now. I still remember when you used to be 9 years old. Hey, I was a fool for you from the bottom of my soul. Hey, yeah, now that you're old enough, you're old enough to know. I want you to know, I want you to know right now, you've been good to me, baby, better than I've been to myself. Hey, 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 you ever leave me, I don't want nobody else. Hey, hey, I want you to know, I want you to know that you make me wanna, hey, yeah, yeah, hey, yeah, yeah, hey, yeah, yeah, hey, yeah, yeah. Come on now, come on now, come on now, come on now. All right. Now, wait a minute. I feel alright, yeah. Oh, yeah. Now that I got the American Cancer Society, now that I got your donations coming in, I feel, hey, alright, yeah. You've been so good to me. You've been so good to me. You've been so good to me. So good to me. To me. 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 I want you to know. Want you to know. You've been good to me, baby. Better than I've been to my. That you make me wanna, hey, yeah, yeah, hey, yeah, yeah, hey, yeah, yeah, hey, yeah. A little bit softer now, 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 a little bit softer now. Don't forget to donate now. Don't forget to donate. A little bit louder now, 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 a little bit louder now.